3, 2, 1, go.
Welcome to the podcast. My name's Brent Faraday.
Yeah?
And I'm joined by my 6 friends. My 6 best friends in the world. I'm sorry. I fucked up already, but it's alright. Keep it in!
Go ahead. What?
Welcome
Okay. No.
Stop! We're hitting stop.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the RIPcast, episode 7 on this beautiful, beautiful Sunday afternoon. I'm your host, Brent Faraday, and I'm joined by 5 of my best friends in the world. We got the beast from the east, Shantari.
Hello.
We got Beef, Vive, HTC McLarge Huge. I did that backwards, but that's alright.
Hey, how's it going?
I got my boy, Avanix Rakuyer.
Hey.
And special guest, Silent Kinjael.
Hello.
And boy, do we have a power hour for you today.
Did you read from the bottom to the top this time on TeamSpeak?
Yes, I did.
That way you... Okay, good work. That way Kinjael's last.
Mix it up a little bit.
Oh, I love how excited you are. It makes me
we
excited.
got, how many HTC Vives did we get this week?
2. Well,
2.
I got mine last week.
Yeah, I got mine last week as well.
So none this week. Sorry.
None. Yeah.
So none.
Oh.
But yeah, mine arrived. It said it was a May order, and I got it May 2nd, which is honestly not what I was expecting. And so far, I gotta say, it's everything I was hoping for and more. I know that that's kind of dramatic to say, but it's really more impressive once you like actually put on the headset and step into virtual reality.
So you're not sick of it yet, is what you're saying.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not sick of it yet.
Yeah,
It's
like
only a matter of
one of the huge anti-hype VR things that I've heard is that people think people are just going to get sick of it like a cheap toy after a few weeks, but you still seem pretty stoked about it.
Yeah, I think for now, one of the drawbacks maybe is the games. There's a lot of the games are mostly just either demos or tech demos, or just like they highlight one concept and don't really expand on it. But honestly, just the experience itself makes up for that 100%. So HTC Vive comes with a headset, it comes with 2 controllers, and it comes with lighthouses. The lighthouses are like sensors that detect where you are in the room and lets you walk around in a predetermined area. I had to actually clean my room to actually set it up.
That's pretty rough.
Yeah, but I got a nice solid 3x3 meters or so.
So that's how much room you need?
No, the minimum space, I think it's like
2 by 2?
No, 2 by 2.5, I think.
It's in meters?
Meters.
So
Is this not an American
around
company?
5 or 6 foot square.
Yeah, turns out HTC is actually located in East Asia. I don't know which country, but
Is that true?
yeah.
Is HTC an Asian
Yeah,
company?
HTC is Korean, aren't they?
Yeah, I think so. But the shipping, the box they sent it in,
I want to
like
just
super
fact
nice.
check this. It's Taiwanese, not
Like,
Korean.
Whatever.
Sorry.
I mean, it kind of makes sense that they would want to make a VR thing since it's the small screens inside it are much.
I thought you were about to make a racist comment there.
Yeah,
No.
I was like, why would Taiwanese people want VR more than other?
No.
Of course the Taiwanese would be the first to develop VR.
Oh no! I love Taiwan.
God.
Oh yeah? Name your favorite thing about Taiwan.
It's
Name 3 Taiwanese songs. If they're your favorite band, name 3 of their songs.
They're not.
Name
No,
a single
okay.
person from Taiwan, Beef.
I want to talk about VR, please. How about I just talk about the games that I have, because there are quite a few games. Generally, I started off with The Lab, which is a game developed by Valve, which is, as you know, a rare thing for them to do, to actually make a game. But it involves basically like 6 little mini games and one hub area. The first
Very
game,
Portal feel to it.
there's a robot repair where you actually go in and you see Atlas walk in. And one thing I gotta say about VR is the sense of scale and the sense of distance that you get when you put it on is unlike anything else. It really just tricks your brain into thinking you're actually somewhere. For example, one of the games I've been playing, Vanishing Realms, it's kind of like a Zelda game where you're playing as the main character. You explore a dungeon, pick up loot, fight monsters.
You know what that sounds like?
What?
It sounds like Dark Souls. Are you saying this is the Dark Souls of VR?
No, because it's really easy. But when you first encounter an enemy in Vanishing Realms, it's kind of terrifying because they're your height. They're looking at you in the eyes, and they're swinging a giant ass sword at you. And when you see that happening, your body just has like an instinctual reaction to like want to flee, or like you feel like you're actually going to get hurt. What I'm trying to say is the Vive makes things like crazy immersive.
Is there a disconnect when like something physically happens to you in game, but you don't feel it in real life?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
does that feel really strange?
It
Like,
is. It's extremely strange.
There is some response from the controllers though.
Yeah.
Like the controllers will vibrate just a little bit, so it does kind of feel like you got kind of a haptic response to it.
Yeah. Like when you're shooting an arrow, it like vibrates when you twang it. But it's really satisfying to shoot an arrow.
Order a HTC Vive today. You can twang it in VR.
Oh, it's so good. It's hard to even like describe how good it is without like actually putting it on and
I
seeing
think
for
that's
yourself.
one of the problems with VR is that it doesn't really translate to like an expo very well, because just watching it on a flat screen is just like, well, it looks like any other video game, right?
Yeah.
But then it's a completely different experience when you actually have the headset on.
You're like, I don't know how you're
Absolutely.
watching all those VR videos. It was just like someone playing a poor game.
Okay. Yeah, I admit the gameplay videos didn't look especially, but I was more focusing on like what it would be like in VR as
You're
opposed
just
to
self-inserting into the video.
exactly. Yeah.
One of the games that you played especially intrigued me a lot, which was Audio Shield, I think it was called.
Oh, audio
Which
shield.
is like, it's like audio surf, but instead of like surfing a car, you have like two boxing gloves and you hit the beats as they come at you. And yeah, that shit looked so fucking cool.
It's very cool. I think it needs some work. I feel like the beats don't really come at you on beat.
Yeah.
So they need to like fix their algorithm.
Didn't seem quite as snappy as Audio Surf did.
But like it tends to it gets really exciting when you're like playing a really tough song and you see different colored beats coming at you from different directions. I played Dragon Force, the Through the Fire and Flame song that was on Audio Shield. I didn't realize that the full song is like fucking 14 minutes long or something like that. And fun fact about playing in VR, you get tired, especially if you're not in shape like I am.
Yeah, dude,
You
it's
get
like when
tired real
Twilight
quick.
Princess came out for the Wii.
It really made me think about how this is like a step up from Wii Fit in terms of like exercising through a video game, because you were genuinely like getting pretty worn out playing that.
Yeah, the first night after I finished playing with Vive, the little cover thing for it that touches your face, it was drenched in sweat.
You can wash that thing, right?
Yeah, you can watch that. You can remove it and watch it. But yeah, I even got the opportunity to demo it to my family. And although my older brother seemed kind of skeptical about it, he's like, "Oh, you look dumb when you're wearing it." Blah blah blah. When he actually got into the game, I showed him a game that I knew would hook him, and that was Wind Waker. Dolphin has a build that actually works with VR, and it like inserts you into the game. And I showed him his favorite game, which is Wind Waker in VR, and that he was like, "Yeah, I need one of these. How much do they cost?" Answers
So
a
you
lot.
Oh, so you could VR into like Wii sword fighting.
Yeah,
That'd be pretty cool.
I'm not sure how well. It depends on how well the game is emulated because it does take a lot of processing power. But you could totally do that.
Yeah. Kinjael, do you have any great Vive experiences to share?
I mean, I've pretty much been doing the same thing Beef has.
Sweating profusely.
Have you played budget
Yeah.
cuts?
Are you as out of shape
Kinjael.
as Beef? Do you get tired playing VR?
Kinjael's like,
No.
I hope that you don't, because you're in the military.
don't.
I'd hope that our military men don't get
No.
tired playing video games.
I mean, I got really into Hollow Point. Hollow Point
Hollow
was
Point is so
super
good.
fun, but it takes after 10 waves, you get really tired because you get into it. Like there's, like Beef said, there's a level of immersion that kind of tricks you for a second. Like you're in VR, but it's enough that you can just not worry about it.
Like 10 minutes in, you'll realize you're like jumping around your room as if you're actually in the game.
Yeah,
Exactly.
when I was playing Hollow Point once, my dad opened the door like, "What the heck are you doing?" Like I hear your footsteps a mile away. And I'm like, "Oh, I'm just playing a game, Dad." He's like, "Whatever."
Do you have to cover,
Like, I was-
your body in sensors?
What?
No.
No,
Yeah?
Lighthouse
No.
Not
uses
yet.
infrared tracking to track the controls in the headset, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just they just track your hands and your head.
So when you're walking around, how do you... It doesn't detect that you have to use a controller, right?
What
No,
do you
it
mean
detects
walking?
the movement of the headset and the controllers.
Yeah.
So let's say you're trying to walk forward a while. Eventually you're going to hit the end.
Oh yeah, well
Oh.
that's the big problem with Lighthouse at the moment is that you kind of have to set up the games so that they're staged in a small area because you actually
Yeah.
can't walk out of that area, so you can't walk around a full game world right now. But there's the people are trying to come up with solutions. There's an Omni treadmill thing where you can walk in all directions.
I don't
Yeah,
want to buy
I've seen
a $3,000 Omni treadmill.
Yeah,
set
it
in my
seems like a
room.
bit of a clunky solution. But the RPG game Beef was playing, the dungeon crawler thing, where he was talking about the life-size monsters. The solution that used is that you do a Google Maps style point and click to move around.
Yeah, a lot of games have that kind of teleport system. You kind of need it because there's a lot of people who are susceptible to motion sickness. So if you were to do gamepad movement and just walking around Call of Duty style, you would probably vomit pretty quick. At least most people would. I haven't experienced any kind of motion sickness yet, but I do. I played Universe Sandbox, and just moving an entire galaxy around you, you get this weird sinking feeling in your stomach.
The feeling when you go down a roller coaster sort of thing.
Yeah. I've also noticed playing Vanishing Realms, standing on top of a pillar, you really feel like you're 20 feet in the air and you could fall off.
See, that's awesome. That's the shit I want out of VR. I want those
Yeah.
really crazy experiences.
You definitely get that. And
That's
I really
why I
want-
want to play horror games because they
No.
just be
Oh,
so
God,
much more
no.
visceral.
I once wanted to set up PT to wear with VR.
That would be amazing.
Listen, I was showing Brookhaven Experiment to my family,
Yeah.
and my when there's a zombie behind you and you turn around and you see it, your body just shuts down.
You instinctually just shit your pants.
I couldn't even play it. I was getting scared just watching my little brother play it.
I watched Markiplier play that, and that didn't even seem like that scary of a game. So I can't imagine what full blown horror games will be like.
I don't want to. I'm not going to play him. Simply put, because I know.
You get scared enough playing regular games.
Exactly.
You get scared playing Vampire the Masquerade.
Okay, listen. That was the scariest level. That mansion.
There's,
guy
there's one jump scare. In that
It's a
whole
game.
level.
It's a game from 2001.
Those are the scariest
They're
games.
just
Come on.
pots flying around the room sometimes, and there's one jump scare, and that's the
Yeah.
scariest level you've ever played.
It's the scariest thing, and I could barely get through it. I had to close my eyes at some point. It was horrible. Also, the thing is, you get so you feel presence in the game. You feel like you're in it. That's obvious. My mom was playing the Blue. She had been watching us all night and just laughing at how dumb we looked. She couldn't understand how we could possibly think this was
Fun.
fun basically. But but I finally got her to put it on after she was. I don't want to look dumb. Blah blah blah. She played the blue.
Say bitching?
Yeah, I was just gonna say that.
Your mom was bitching about it.
Yeah, well, not bitching. She was like just making fun of us.
Yeah.
But I had her play the blue, which is kind of like a. It's 3 little scenes underwater, and one of them was a whale encounter, and you're like on an old sunken boat underwater, and there are little fishes swimming around you. My mom was like looking at the boat, looking at the fish. She was like, "Oh, this is kind of cool." The whale comes up. She's looking the other way while the whale is like approaching, and she turns around and sees the whale, and she almost ripped off the headset, and she like screamed bloody murder because it was just that. It was just there. It was huge, and she did not understand it. It was, but.
It's a good quote. It was there, it was huge, and she did not understand it.
This is my mother we're talking about. But yeah, and after that, there was another scene where you're in a coral reef and like a huge swarm of jellyfish swim by. And it's experiences like that really show you what VR is capable of, not just like games, but like just experiences. I think even though there's not a lot of games out for it right now, I think it's got a lot of potential, and it's just a matter of if developers take that risk of developing a game for VR.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm kind of skeptical because as a child, I got a Power Rangers VR set where you had to hook up wires to all places of your body, and it was just like there'd be like a thing that would light up on the screen of like pixelated Power Rangers.
Oh my god!
For the enemies, and you'd have to like punch them by moving your arm, and if you moved your right arm, it would just instantly kill whatever was on your right.
Wow,
sounds like the best game ever.
It was like $100.
Oh my god!
That was like all you did.
$100. I mean, VR has been a thing for a while now, but I think it takes.
Put this picture.
It's one of those things where the idea has been around a lot longer than the technology required to actually do it.
Oh my god, that looks amazing! If I got that as a kid, I would be. I think be so
one
happy.
of the most disappointed I've ever been in my entire life.
See, so what you're saying is that these guys in the 90s developed a better VR headset than Vive, and that it's now going to be a disappointment.
Oh.
Yeah,
like if you were to put on an HTC Vive, you're like, yeah, this is still not as good as Power Rangers.
Yeah, like I've already experienced all VR has to offer at this point.
What I haven't seen yet in VR is like a boxing game. Like, can you imagine Punch-Out in VR?
I mean, it would basically be like Audio Shield, but you're fighting someone else instead of like Beats.
But you have to like dodge their punch.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
So good.
Yeah, it'd be really good. And it would work with like the small room setup as well, because you don't need a huge amount of space to simulate like a boxing ring.
What you can do is you can just play like locally, and you just punch them right there as well.
PvP.
But like you can give yourself different skins that way, you know.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So you could be Hatsune Miku doing some boxing.
Hey, I'd be down. Yeah, we could just do that in real life anyway.
Yeah. You know, a game probably wouldn't be fun to play in VR. Overwatch, because it's a first-person shooter.
Oh,
yeah, I'd probably throw up playing Tracer.
Overwatch, you would vomit a million times.
I actually did play it. Didn't you play it as well, Beef?
I played Overwatch. I played a ton of it.
Played Overwatch in VR.
Oh, okay. This is what I did. I played it in like a theater mode. So imagine, like I there's a program called Virtual Desktop, and what it has different environments for you to play on your computer. And one of the environments is like a nice little home theater setup with like the chairs with cup holders and everything like that. I played it through there, and it was pretty good.
Have you ever like grabbed the cup off your desk and like accidentally dropped it?
I've definitely had my headset on and like just smacked a cup over on my desk because I didn't see it. So don't like drink water.
Don't drink in VR, kids.
I'm really excited for when they make all like cups with like VR sensors on them. That way you can put them in your game as well.
Cups?
Like a cup with a lighthouse on
That's
it.
The
that
peripheral you're most excited about.
Isn't it? They're pretty important.
I would rather put them on like pets like a little collar.
A full bodysuit for your cat.
Oh, that reminds me of like Christmas when I put that sweater on my cat.
Oh
Animal
god,
cruelty.
that was horrifying. We'll put that in the video.
Matt, no, we won't.
No, we will. That's gonna be the entire. That's gonna be all 60
We'll
minutes.
put the video of you shaving yourself as well.
Oh. I don't know why that was so shocking to people.
Because you just took a razor blade to your face like a cheese
A
grater.
dry razor.
I had
Dry
water. Okay,
razor.
I had a small bowl of water.
Ugh. That's
It's
still
like you guys
pretty much
can't
dry.
even.
What is your skin
is
made out of that didn't injure you?
Not paper, apparently. Like yours.
Anyone listening to this is like hugely confused. Beef did a charity stream at Christmas where he
Oh, no,
put
they're
a
not
sweater on his
confused.
cat and shaved his face.
They're not confused because you put the video up on the
Yeah, I
podcast.
guess.
No, what? I'm not gonna do that.
No, Shantari will.
He
Yeah.
doesn't make the video.
I'll do the video this time. Don't worry about
Anyway, talking about Overwatch,
We
So-
were, and then we started.
Kinjael, was it absolutely sickening in VR? Did you play it like first person?
No.
VR?
No,
No,
Well,
no.
But you don't have 360 view though, do you?
No,
You don't
if-
have.
No, you don't have head
you
trophy.
could.
I guess you have
could,
the field of view.
but it would look really weird
yeah.
if you.
There's no
if you-
native VR support. You'd need like 2 different camera angles. And
Yeah. So I did it in a theater mode where I had my computer screens in front of me.
Oh, okay. See, I thought what you meant is that you managed to do like a first person thing
No.
with it instead
No.
of... Okay, right.
No.
Yeah, I imagine like an actual first person thing in Overwatch would make you feel incredibly motion sick because it's just way too fast.
Oh god, imagine doing Tracer's Recall while in.
Yeah,
You just be vomiting the whole time.
it would be awful.
But
yeah.
I enjoy Overwatch a lot.
Yeah, Overwatch Open Beta ran from the 5th to the 10th, and it was pretty fucking sick. I think we all
Yeah.
played a lot. Between us, we probably racked up like more than 50
I think I
hours
did.
in the game.
I think I did 40 hours alone.
Yeah.
I only played
played-
on like the last 2 days, but I got hooked. I think.
'Cause I think I
Yeah.
had 20 hours of playtime as Tracer. That's like just straight
Jeez.
playtime as well.
Yeah, I had like
Some-
that much time as Genji. I fucking love Genji so much.
Remember the.
Oh, oh, oh.
Stop making fun of me.
I think one of my
So
favorite
now-
things is people complaining about Bastion on Twitter
Yeah.
to the Play Overwatch account, and they just had like a pre-made response. So if you look at the Play Overwatch account, like
They just gave you a
90%
list
of its
counters
tweets.
to Bastion like every time.
yeah,
You can counter Bastion with Genji, Widowmaker, or
Hanzo.
Hanzo.
Yeah.
Hanzo, yeah.
Can you
I
really?
got
Yes,
so
you can.
sick of people complaining about Bastion because once you actually get decent at the game, like he's not hard to deal with at all, and people just bitch incessantly about Bastion all the fucking time.
That's because people are playing it like TF2, where they don't, like, change who they're playing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Or at least they don't change it, like, nearly enough. Because the developers have said, Overwatch is all about changing heroes, pretty often to meet the demands of whatever situation you're facing.
The cool
At the
thing that
moment.
Hanzo can do is he has that ricochet shot,
Yeah.
and Bastion has a weak point on his back. So if you
Really?
aim the ricochet shot behind Bastion,
Oh,
It'll
Yeah,
go
just
right
ricochet
into his-
weak point.
yeah.
that's pretty hype.
it's
I didn't
pretty
know.
neat.
I didn't know that. I might play Hanzo more.
Yeah, the problem with Bastion is he just destroys you if you don't know.
Yeah.
Like,
If you run into his fucking line of fire,
yeah, but and like he's guaranteed to get play of the game even if you beat him because like you might not realize they have a Bastion, you might not be ready to counter it immediately.
Yeah.
So generally, Bastion will get like 5 kills at once at
I
some
think
point in the game.
The reason people got so upset about Bastion at first is because it feels like the sort of game where you should just be like running in and having a grand old time, like killing everybody. But if you try doing that against Bastion, then he's just gonna like shred you into a million pieces.
Yeah, Bastion
Yeah.
just completely changes how the game is played, which is kind of weird.
It's actually like a fairly tactical game. It's pretty nice.
Burn, how have you been enjoying the meme character, May?
Is May the meme character?
It is now after Afro's
Bastion,
video.
oh,
That video was fucking gold. Oh my god.
I love May. Like, I wanted to play May since they announced her, like, however long ago. Because they announced May, Genji, and Diva, I think, at the same time, like, half a year ago or something. And I just thought she was really cool with the ice wall and being able to freeze. I didn't even know she had that alt fire, and I was, like, super happy to find out that she had that icicle snipe bullet that she can do. and then you can go invincible and heal, and she's just grand.
May's a really good character.
I love May.
I feel like she's a tiny bit overpowered right now.
She used to be even more
That's 'cause you
powerful.
play
That
Genji.
fucking alt fire of hers used to
Yeah.
be way stronger.
I haven't really noticed any trouble fighting May. It is annoying when she freezes you.
The problem is, against some characters, if you get close to her, you're just dead. Because if you get close to her as Genji and you don't have your dash, then you're just dead. There's no no question about it. You can't stop her from killing you.
She pretty much counters any characters that are trying to flank and stuff.
Yeah, McCree
If
gets
she...
completely shut down by her. Reaper can jump out with his little glide thing, I guess. But if you don't,
if you're alone, and you get caught by a May, you're dead.
Yeah,
essentially how it works.
All right.
But I love Lucio too.
Oh yeah,
Lucio's really, really, really good. He's a lot of fun.
Yeah, he's pretty.
He's
I don't know.
Jet Set Radio.
He was my first character that I started playing. He's good, but it's kind of boring. It's kind of boring just
skating around.
I don't know, man. I have a lot of fun with Lucio, especially around areas that have holes and stuff, because his alt fire will knock people back, and I've knocked people off of cliffs and stuff and just killed them instantly. I was fighting a Winston on a point once, and I just knocked him off into the cliff. I knocked him off the cliff and he just died. My
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
Hilarious.
Winston's one of my least favorite characters to play against in the entire game.
Why?
Because the entire point of his character is just to distract the enemy team.
Winston does fucking blue ball a lot of characters.
Tracer against Winston is the most annoying matchup in the world. There's no way you'll ever kill him as Tracer.
Yeah.
And Tracer has a low enough health pool that Winston can actually kill her. It's really upsetting.
What I notice I've been doing a lot with Reinhardt, he has a charge. I go off the ledge so much because there's no way to stop.
I only see you doing this. No one else who plays Reinhardt do. I
Maybe
see
I'm
fly
just
off
bad.
the edge like a fucking moron.
You can turn him.
I know, but
he's charging
30%.
You've just got to not charge towards a ledge. It's pretty simple.
But it's so satisfying when you hit someone.
You have to have some sort of map awareness beef when you're playing.
Definitely not. What I do enjoy doing though is charging someone right off the ledge with me, even though it doesn't help my team at all. It's just
fun.
enjoyable.
It is really fun to do that.
Yeah, it's a good game. I think Blizzard will be able to do a lot.
I'm still not entirely convinced it's worth $60 in its current form, but I have faith in Blizzard that they're going to update it. You're paying for the updates further down
I feel like I'm
going to
get sick of it.
Well, I mean, it's $40, isn't it?
Oh,
yeah,
is it
40,
it's 40.
it's 46 if you buy it from CD keys, isn't it?
Okay, well,
I literally just typed in buy Overwatch and on the site is $39.99. I'm like, fuck yeah, dude.
I mean, that's a pretty fair price for a modern game.
I'd say yeah.
By a AAA developer.
us.battle.net.
My concern is more
trademark
that
USD $39.99.
Please. My concern is more that you just get bored of it after not too long, because there's not too much to do in the game right now. I guess competitive play will give it a lot of longevity, and it's going to get continuous updates from Blizzard. So
I think they need a single player mode.
I don't. That's all.
The Origins edition is $60.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What is that?
That comes with the skins. You get the Tracer hero for Here's the Storm. You get Baby Winston pet in World of Warcraft. You get Hearthstone card back, and you get Mercy's Wings in Diablo 3.
All of those sound
and you get
awful.
StarCraft 2 in-game portraits.
So basically every game that Blizzard has, you get something.
That's not $20.
That's basically been their game model for all their collector edition.
Hey, I want to play Tracer in Heroes of the Storm. I would start playing that game again just to play as Tracer.
Wait, Tracer's gonna be a hero, and
she is right now.
She already is.
That's kind of cool.
Haven't played that game in over a year.
I'm not gonna play Overwatch when it comes out, because very shortly before Overwatch comes out, there's another game releasing, which is Total War Warhammer.
Oh shit!
Which looks
what day is that?
So wait,
I think it's the 24th that Total War Warhammer is coming out.
That's the same day as
Explain
Is it
to
exactly
me.
the same day? Okay.
Yeah.
Explain to me what Total War is, the series, because I never got into it.
So it's like a combo of 4X strategy and real time strategy. so you have like the base building and army building and stuff from like a 4X style game, but then when you go to do battles, it's like a real-time strategy control thing where you have all your units as like battalions and you order them around. It's kind of like, did you play Dawn of War? Or Dawn of War 2 more specifically?
No, I'm sorry.
Well, that's failure. But yeah, I'm sure most people kind of understand what Total War games are like. But yeah, they're just really cool strategy games where you have these huge pitched battles.
Is it like an RTS where you can zoom in on the?
Yeah.
Battle?
One of the great things about Total War games is when you set up these like amazing battles, you can just zoom in and watch like individual troops fucking duking it out and shit. It's really cool. But the reason I'm
like
so
Mountain Blade.
Huh? Oh
It's
yeah,
like Mountain
it is kind of like Mountain Blade, yeah. I'd say it's like the RTS analogy of Mountain Blade.
Okay.
But
so
the
it's just that with Warhammer now?
fucking beef, let me talk.
No.
The reason I'm so excited about it with Warhammer particularly is because previous Total War installations, they've all been kind of the same thing. You kind of know what you're expecting. You're going to get swords and bows and like warriors fighting out on the battlefield. But then bringing a fantasy element to that is like, it's going to be so much more insane. Because a new edition, they're bringing... Fucking shut the fuck up! Like, just as well as like ground infantry and archers and stuff, they're going to have big fantasy monsters. Like the Shaggoths, if anyone's familiar with Warhammer, which are like dragon ogre things. They're like ogres with like dragon bodies. So you're going to have massive units like that can like take on a whole battalion of infantry and just like swipe out like 20 dudes at a time.
I think this is the most excited I've ever seen Shantari in my life.
I thought it was Warhammer 40k.
No, it's Warhammer Fantasy, not Warhammer 40k.
Yeah, they're not going to go in with the big suits of armor.
Although they do have like a 10-year license with Games Workshop to continue developing these games. So I don't know whether that's just going to be several installments of Fantasy Warhammer, or they might do a 40k one.
I would love if they made a 40k one where they just fly to planets, land, just grab some swords, like just regular swords, and just do a normal battle like that, like a Total War battle.
I want to point out, they really missed the chance to call it Total Warhammer.
Yeah.
Why didn't they? What?
It's Total War,
Licensing.
Warhammer.
Yeah.
They couldn't license that.
Total
Games
War
Workshop
Warhammer.
has a real hard on making sure their franchises get represented properly, so they need to have like the full Warhammer thing in there.
I guess. What?
But yeah, I'm sure you can tell. I'm very excited about this game. They've got a load of YouTube clips of big battles and stuff, and it just looks so sick. You've got like spellcasters and shit where you can cast massive chain lightnings that just wipe out whole battalions of motherfuckers.
It sounds pretty good.
I've got like a huge fancy hard-on for this game.
Ooh, okay.
Speaking of
just
fantasy,
be prepared and just picture that.
No,
I don't know why else you would say it.
Picturing my huge fantasy hard-on.
Put a picture of that on the video.
Yes, moving on. Speaking of fantasy, me, Beef, and Shantari have been playing a sci-fi.
game.
It's science
Fantasy and sci-fi are in the same department at Barnes
they?
& Noble, so
Yeah,
Oh,
and they're the authorities on fantasy
video game genres. Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So Paradox Development Studios have put out a new game that you might have heard of.
That is not the name of that game studio.
Paradox.
Paradox Interactive, isn't it?
Yeah.
Not Paradox Development Games.
Listen, I was close enough.
Two Doctors
Paradox.
Interactive.
Yeah, they put out a new game called Stellaris. It's a new 4X game. So if you've heard of Europa Universalis 4, it's kind of along the lines of that game. I think the best way to describe it, if you've ever played Spore, it's like Spore, the space agent Spore, basically, but
Except
better,
not
and good.
absolutely shit.
Oh my god, I can't believe you still have this hard on for Spore.
It
It's
was my
dead,
first
man.
like major
This is
AAA
first
game that I
time.
bought. Yeah, I was young, I was innocent. Then EA just crushed my hopes and dreams and showed me that the world can be cruel.
The reality of video games.
And yeah, now I am what I am today.
What year was Spore? What year did Spore come out?
I want to say
It's early 2000s.
3.
No, not 2003.
Spore. All right. I just googled
2008.
Spore. What am I? Oh, it came up. The first
2000,
thing is
2000.
Yeah, 2008.
2008.
It was like my first real computer game.
I love how it's described. Spore has 2008 multi-genre single-player god game.
I mean, kinda.
You kind of did play God. Like, you designed creatures and raised them from cradle to grave.
No. What they mean is that it's just God tier game. Like they were given
No.
themselves.
Spore was
This
definitely
is-
not a God tier game.
It could have been. I think Spore's
Okay,
ultimate
what they
example of, like,
advertised Spore was going to be was like a God tier game, but then what they actually delivered was just like a washed out piece of shit that was just kind of alright.
And I think that was almost exclusively EA's fault. Just by they cut out a lot of the complicated parts of the game that could have made it interesting. There was going to be a little puzzle game at the beginning where you put together DNA and other molecules before you even become a cell. Like there's supposed to be all sorts of like advanced things you can do in it.
But I feel like what they pitched the Spore was going to be, like, all these cool parts of the game they were going to have is, like, way too grand of a project to ever really accomplish, especially at the time.
Maybe. I think it could have been done. I have a lot of trust in, what's his name? The guy who made Sims?
Peter Molyneux.
No, he's not the one who made this game. You see, the thing is, Peter Molyneux just lies about what's going to be in a game. But
So is Stellaris good?
Yeah,
Are they?
Stellaris is really
oh yeah,
Yeah.
Stellaris. That's what we were talking about. It's a
Are
great
you
game.
high beef?
I'm no. Why? Who's
You know
asking?
you are, Kinjael.
Yeah.
So Stellaris
No,
is
no.
$48 or $60?
40.
40, yeah.
It's
Yeah,
a
no,
reasonable
it's
price. I think
yeah.
it'll go on
Is
sale.
it 30
probably.
for the base? What's the?
I think it's 35 actually for the base game.
Yeah, it has like you can buy just I don't know.
Different tiers.
Like
Collector's
different
edition.
tiers. You can pay $20 more for absolutely really nothing.
So it's basically a
That's how
space
Paradox is.
exploration conquering game, right?
Yeah, it's like you run
Yeah.
your own little space empire, and you get to
And you
choose
run-
the ethics of your civilization. Like, do you want to be a galactic warlord slave monger, or do you want to be...
So it's like Crusader Kings, but in space.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a lot of fun. You can colonize different planets. You can fill them up with robots. You can research advanced AI and watch your robots rebel. Yeah, there's actually a point in the game where if you research a certain technology, your robots will ask for rights. Like they'll want
I hate when
you'll
that
not be
happens.
allowed to disassemble them, or else they'll get really pissed off. So there's a lot of
Yeah,
interesting aspects like that.
We have a divide of ethics in our multiplayer Stellaris game, where me and Kinjael are big fans of just taking over someone else's planets and then enslaving or purging the entire population. Whereas Beef is some sort of spinach munching little hippie, and he's like, "Oh, we've got to protect the native species and slowly integrate them into our society."
Well, okay, here's what I've mostly been doing. I've been playing as like a science directorate. I've been playing as that and just trying to research a bunch and stick to my initial 5 planets. And and you can kind of build tall in the game, but I think it's way more effective to expand, take over other civilizations.
So you're trying to
Slavery
do
is
the-
definitely too overpowered right now.
I mean, it was in real life as well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Broken.
Slavery is a bit overpowered.
Slavery is mad effective.
The North was like, "Yo, we need to nerf that shit."
I mean, they built the pyramids using slavery. That went pretty well.
Damn.
Did
I mean, I don't approve of the methods, but you gotta admit, pyramids are
That is-
pretty good.
that's quite the angular.
They do get results.
Yeah.
Are we really endorsing slavery on the?
I'm not saying the ends justify the
The
means,
RIPcast
but
does not endorse slavery unless you're a galactic warlord, in which case
Yeah.
rule with an iron fist.
I mean, slavery is fine as long as you're not focusing on like a specific group of people, isn't it? Like, it's fine
just, like,
if you've got
shotgun slavery is fine. Just get it.
shotgun slavery.
That's what
Yeah,
we're gonna
equal
call it.
opportunity slavery. That's totally fine.
This
I
is
mean,
how
really, there's
Trump
no
is gonna
arguments
sell it
against
to the
it.
masses.
There
Alright,
are
so
arguments.
let's move on from this subject.
So, if you're doing sort of like a similar thing to like the single city thing in Civilization
Yeah,
in your Stellaris game,
I like gameplay like that. You know, I just hope I don't get dicked over by like someone voting to not allow trade. Never mind. It's complicated.
they vote to ban trade, but they allow slavery.
Basically, just fuck me over. So there are other games that have been announced.
Yeah, we've got a lot of shit to get through.
So that reminds me when we were playing Civilization when they banned like trading with city states.
Yeah,
when
that's
you were playing
exactly
Venice.
what I was talking about. And it was.
And Venice survives only off trading with city states, so you
I
essentially
lost. I lost.
continue. And Civilization 6 is coming out in, I believe, October.
Yeah, I might be interested. I don't know. I'm kind of over Civilization now that I've
How
started
do you guys
playing Grand
feel
Strat.
about the art style of Civilization 6?
It looks a bit.
They've made it more stylized. For anyone who doesn't know, they've moved away from the art style they were using previously, which was kind of like semi-realistic.
Looks a bit
Now-
cartoony now, doesn't it?
Yeah, now it's like cartoony. It's like
Oh yeah,
I thought it was cartoony in Civ 5.
yeah, they've made
Now
it
it's
like
like-
outrageously cartoony now.
yeah.
Now it's like Age of Empires online level of cell shaded
That's
bullshit.
Kind of look goofy.
It looks a bit
Yeah.
like Warcraft 3, which is neat.
No,
No,
it's a
you
lot
don't
like a
think so?
mobile game.
Warcraft
like
3
a
did
tablet?
not look cartoony.
No,
Yeah.
they just didn't have a lot of polygons to work with.
Listen, Warcraft 3 is beautiful. There is not a bad model in Warcraft 3. Anyone who says anything bad about Warcraft 3 is banned from the podcast permanently.
Whoa,
Listen,
whoa!
listen, buds. Yeah,
We
totally.
literally can. Yeah.
Warcraft 3 is my favorite game of all time, forever. I spent a
It's-
decade of my life playing that game,
It's,
and I don't
it's
regret a
definitely up
second
there.
of it.
It's
You
definitely
know-
up there.
See, I like Warcraft 3, but I know what Warcraft 3 spawned, and that was
Dota.
Dota
I thought you were about to say
League of
World of
Legends.
Warcraft.
and other MOBA games.
It really made
Yes.
it ruined gaming as a
Yeah.
whole, didn't it?
I hate that
It did.
Dota is the legacy of Warcraft 3 because for anyone who didn't play it, there was such a like wealth of diverse mods for that game. It was so
Yeah,
much
there were-
fun. You could
Multiplayer had a lot of stuff.
Yeah, you could play that game for years, and I did.
I'm pretty sure Warcraft 3 is probably where I first saw a naked woman because people would just put pictures of them on the maps, the thumbnails, because you could upload a custom thumbnail for any
You
map.
just like stumble over Pimp Hero Defense at the right
Yeah.
young age of 12.
Yeah.
Which is
I
a
probably
great map,
wasn't
by the way. Anyone who's bored, go play Pimp Hero Defense in Warcraft 3. That's a great map. I'm not even kidding.
I mean,
That's fantastic.
Warcraft 3 Reign of Chaos came out in 2002.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Even as the base game, it was amazing.
I was
not PC gaming
Like,
at
so I-
that point.
Oh man,
That
you
was-
missed out.
I was 5 years old at that point.
The
See, I
campaign
had-
was amazing. The multiplayer was amazing. Yes.
I played Warcraft 2.
Yeah.
Wow.
And like
Must
I
be
grew
old,
up on
Kinjael.
I grew up on Warcraft 2. That was like the first real computer game I played. And the fact that like Warcraft 3 didn't have like the planes or the like boats, like it was just all land based. Like
Yeah.
even Warcraft 2 had that. Had
Frozen Throne
like-
had
Warcraft,
planes and boats.
yeah, Frozen 3 has
It
planes
did?
and boats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well I just played the base. I didn't play.
All right. You know, I did do PC gaming when I was a child. I played Putt Putt. Putt Putt
Yeah,
Goes to
yeah,
the Zoo.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
played,
I've had the
Patty
same
Bear.
experience as a child.
Yeah. I played
Oh,
games I
did
played
you guys?
on-
I don't know if this was a thing in America. I played like an educational game called Math Blaster. I think
Yes!
that's the name
Yeah.
of it.
Absolutely, yes. I played the shit out of that game. It was a good game.
I don't
That's-
remember this game looking so shitty now. I look at it now, but oh my god, this game was so much fun.
The games
know,
I played as a kid was just Blue's Clues games, like where you like mix colors and stuff. Putt Putt, Club
Yeah.
Penguin, and then I
Oh.
immediately went into World of Warcraft from Club Penguin.
That must
That
have
was
been
my
like quite the leap.
it was a good leap to make, but
And then you just played that until
for 10 years of my
now.
life, yeah, until like last year.
Yeah. Good games.
Good games.
Good game.
Have you guys ever heard of a game called Thardfur?
What?
Thardfur.
Excuse me?
No.
Is that a real game?
It's a real
Is this a
game.
bit?
I played this. It's a browser game, but it's all text. All right?
Oh, dude, I used to play, not this exact game, but I used to play games that were similar to this. Those, like, shitty browser-based RPG things.
Listen, they were some.
I mean,
some of them
I
were
played
legit.
a couple of those.
What's that one really famous one
Adventure
where you
Quest?
always get eaten by the
Oh, no.
monster?
The Jabberwock.
Dungeons and Dragons.
No. Oh, Dungeons and Dragons. I got a question for all you listening. How interested
All five of
would you
you.
all be in if we did like a tabletop sim D&D campaign and we uploaded that?
Yeah,
to
we're
the
planning
channel
on,
as well?
over summer, doing a D&D campaign, and
I'm going to be dungeon master, and
I mean, we're
I hope
definitely going to do it. It's just a matter of whether or not
we're
we upload
uploading
it to
yeah.
anywhere. So write in
I'm
What-
under the opinion that any content is good content.
under the opinion.
Under the,
Driving under the
like,
opinion.
stuck underneath it.
I really should like plan out the sentences I say sometimes.
All the time,
All
ideally.
the time. God. But yeah, I think more content on our YouTube channel can't be a bad thing. Like
I mean,
just
could be.
even like me and
Depends on
Rec
the
playing a
content.
co-op game, I kind of want to put up.
No, that's never
No,
going
I
to
feel like just you and Rec playing something.
Yeah, let's not do that.
Exactly. What?
No,
That'd be
don't say
great.
exactly before someone finishes their sentence. You do that all the time where you agree with someone before they finish. It's like the opposite of what you were going to agree with. Because what Shantari just said is, I don't think putting you and Rec on there is a good idea. And you
What?
said exactly,
No,
immediately.
oh, yeah, you're right. I wasn't paying attention.
Anyway, moving on from that grammatical disaster, let's talk about the new hotness in all the movie theaters, Captain
Oh,
America
Lord.
Civil War.
I don't care.
Really good movie. Better than
I
Age of
enjoyed it a
Ultron.
lot.
I heard it was very good.
Spider-Man's in it. Really
Yeah.
good. New Spider-Man's good. Looking forward to the...
Oh, it's the best
The-
movie Spider-Man since forever.
Was his
the
was
best-
his CGI really
110%. What,
In-
Shantari?
In the trailer they released, his CGI looked really bad.
Yeah, it looks kind of lame in images, but in the actual movie, it wasn't that bad. It looked pretty good, I thought.
Cool.
But I'm very excited for the standalone Spider-Man movie being done by Marvel, because obviously Sony doesn't know what to
All
do.
the other
How to
Spider-Man
handle
movies have
Spider-Man.
been the worst thing
Yeah.
since the Holocaust.
Wow.
There hasn't been a good Spider-Man movie since Tobey
Strong
Maguire.
opinions. Yeah.
So
But-
Spider-Man was the thing that kicked off this whole superhero.
Spider-Man and X-Men
movie. Yeah, I guess.
and Daredevil.
Oh,
Batman
Ben
to an
Affleck.
extent.
No, Batman and Superman have always been popular, I believe.
Yeah.
Like, those have always been successful, but
They've never been
Once they
able
so-
to extend that to other superhero franchises.
And now every Marvel superhero in the universe is popular.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm sure my opinion is well known, but I really do not care about
Give a
superhero movies. I mean,
I will
okay,
say, though-
Rec. Okay,
Yeah.
go ahead.
That never in my life would I have guessed to see a Guardians of the Galaxy movie. Oh no, we lost somebody.
So
Oh, no.
don't tell them that. Don't let the audience know. For all they know, Kinjael is just being silent and didn't disconnect
Oh
from TeamSpeak.
shit, you're right. All right,
But yeah, a Guardians of the Galaxy movie is something I never thought I'd see
you saw it.
in theaters.
How is the stupid raccoon?
The
That's-
stupid
that was a good
raccoon
movie.
is pretty great.
Dumb.
One of the
I think
best.
you'd like
One of the best CGI
Stupid, snarky
gun wielding
animals, I hate
raccoons
them.
I've ever seen in my life.
I mean, Guardians of the Galaxy is not even really a superhero movie. It's like a space opera, essentially. It's really
What
good.
does that even mean? What is a space opera?
You ever played Mass Effect?
Okay, yeah.
It's a space opera.
But just because it's in space and
Is,
stuff happens.
is the Fifth Element a space opera?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What makes
Fifth
something
Element.
an opera?
Generally, like the pitch of the singing.
Exactly. That's what I was going at. Like, there's no singing in Mass
I mean,
Effect,
did
I'm
you know that
pretty sure.
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy was a space opera as well?
I didn't hear any singing in that book. That's for sure.
You heard the singing of all the people on Earth when it was fucking bulldozed out of the way.
Space
Oh,
opera
right.
is a subgenre of speculative fiction or science fiction that emphasizes romantic, often melodramatic adventure set mainly or entirely in space, generally involving conflict between opponents possessing powerful, and sometimes quite fanciful technologies and abilities.
All right, listen, I want to tell you something. We're all in space at all times. You're never not in space.
Yeah, but do we have fanciful or powerful technologies?
I guess not. Okay, so
Are you kidding? We just have 2 people get the HTC Vive.
The most
they might be fanciful, but they're not powerful.
I'd say it's decently powerful.
Yeah.
Also, I'm sure at least one of us in this podcast owns a gun. They're pretty powerful.
Yeah, guns are...
Kinjael, are you worried you might accidentally pick up your real gun while you're playing in VR? And accidentally shoot yourself in the head?
Yeah, and and kill everybody.
I played a game called Hot Dogs, Horseshoes, and Hand Grenades, where it's basically just a toolbox to play around with guns.
Everything you need in a
you can just reload. And what you can do actually is you can take the revolver, open it up, put one bullet in, and you can spin it and close it back up, and you can play Russian roulette. It's honestly, I recommend it to anyone.
I recommend Russian roulette.
It's a thrill. You actually get that
thrilling like Russian roulette.
Did you just take a fat dab live on the podcast?
No.
I thought
I would never do such a thing.
No, never.
Wow.
We're all good law-abiding Americans, including Shantari.
All of us.
That's it. That's all we've got. It's every
I
topic
think
we've covered all of it.
Disney just dropped all of its copyrights, and all of it is up for grabs right now.
Okay, you're wait. Burn, God damn it!
I don't think that's what happened at all.
So if you're listening, go pick up some copyrights while they're free.
So Disney has shut the doors on their Disney Infinity game studio because all the games they made were fucking terrible.
Yeah.
Well, it's not that so much they were terrible. I think the model they had for the business was that they would sell little toys with the games, and you had to buy all the toys as essentially DLC for the games to unlock characters.
It was like knockoff amiibos.
Yeah, and the one that started all.
You can't remember what it's called.
I can't remember what it's called.
It's
at
like
all.
Sky something.
Skylanders.
Skylanders. That's it.
Yeah, the bane of every GameStop employee.
Mm-hmm.
But
so, yeah. What this frees up is that Disney can now contract out characters to be in games, and the reason Burnt's so titty fucking excited about it is that means we get Marvel vs. Capcom 4.
I mean, did they already do that? Like Lego
do what?
Marvel? That
is not Marvel vs. Capcom 4.
No, it's just that they don't want to do Disney Infinity anymore because they want to take less risks themselves making games. So they're just going to license their characters out to other studios for them to do all the hard work.
And take a cut.
And take a cut because it's their characters.
Yeah.
But, I mean, there's still a whole lot that's, in the way to make a Marvel vs. Capcom 4.
Yeah. Imagine how popular it would be now, though, now that people have such a hard-on for
Marvel characters?
For Marvel characters, yeah.
Yeah, it'd be great.
Like, I want to be Ant-Man fighting whoever this guy is.
Did you know that Ant-Man was in Marvel vs. Capcom 3?
Yeah, I heard.
Is he?
Yes,
Wait.
he is.
No.
Really?
He is Hawkeye's super.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, does he put Ant-Man on the arrow and shoot him? Oh,
shoots
that's
Ant-Man,
so cool.
Ant-Man steps on the man. It's pretty
cool.
great.
Shoots Ant-Man, Ant-Man steps on the man.
Steps on the man. I think that's Hawkeye's level 3.
Yeah.
That's rad.
But yeah, it's great. So if we that's one roadblock out of the way for a potential Marvel vs. Capcom 4.
So what's so good about Marvel vs. Capcom? Is it just like a Street Fighter game?
It brings the hype.
It's like Skullgirls, but with Marvel characters.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Hold on. I'm gonna
have
have to explain to you why Marvel vs. Capcom is so good. We're gonna have to have a time machine and take a trip 12 years into the past. Marvel versus Capcom 2. Alright? That game...
Why don't we start at the second one?
What?
We're traveling back in time. Why don't we just go back to the first one?
Was a good game, but it didn't have... It just didn't have what MVC2 had, which was a community. You know what I mean?
I feel you.
MVC2 had that community, had that arcade hype, had that tournament hype, had my boy Justin Wong. kicking some ass with Storm, and it's fantastic. It's just great. So Marvel's about the hype because of all the crazy shit you can do in that game. And Marvel vs. Capcom 3 was no different.
I think a lot of people are put off from watching Marvel vs. Capcom because there's just like so much shit happening.
Oh, dude, it's crazy. But I will say that when a game comes out, especially a fighting game, that is the best time to get into it because nobody knows anything. So You can learn.
But you'll never learn as fast as other people.
Wow, but you way to just put everybody down.
I'm just saying.
If you're over the age of like 7, it's too late to start.
Yeah. Rest in peace. But no, I mean, like, you could like watch streams, a bunch of videos, get into it if you really want to like, get into that, kind of thing.
Still get wrecked by a 6-year-old.
Baby bullshit.
Speaking of getting wrecked by 6-year-olds, have you guys heard of a kid named Noah? He was a 9-year-old kid who went to EVO, which, by the way, if you weren't already aware, is the biggest fighting game tournament in the world.
What does EVO stand for?
EVO stands for Evolution.
Wait.
Gaming.
Wait.
It's just Evolution.
Why is it all capital then? It doesn't...
Because it looks cool. Don't worry about it. Alright, anyway, the point is this 9-year-old kid went to this tournament and I think placed like really, really high, like top 30 out of the 1,000 people that entered this tournament.
So he was like the Lester of video. There's only going to be like 2 people get that reference of fighting games.
Okay, we'll
I'm just thinking about Adam's family now.
You don't want to talk about British football? You don't?
Listen, I'm not.
Anyway, the point is, this 9-year-old fucking went to the biggest tournament in the world and fucking wrecked shop.
That's pretty cool.
It would be analogous to Leicester winning the Premier League if he'd won fucking Evo, but he didn't win Evo.
I guess that's true, yeah.
I guess we're talking
Not
about
quite
this on
impressive.
the podcast now. For any fans of football, Leicester won the Premier
Soccer.
League, which nobody saw coming at the start of the league, but then they just decided they were going to demolish everyone. Mainly on the back of the hard work of their strikers.
Who's your team, Shantari?
I don't follow football at all.
If you had to, at gunpoint.
Don't say Man U.
Of course not Man U, because I'm not a glory-chasing cunt, although they suck now. So.
Whoa.
I would probably support Derby County, because they're my hometown, even though they're terrible. They're like, I don't know what league they're in, but it's definitely not the Premier League.
I really just like... I like British football because it's a very romantic sport in the terms that like you can start at the bottom and work your way to win the whole shebang.
Glory.
I like it just because not the only thing that matters is winning like the final thing. Because you still have to worry about getting knocked down in the league.
Yeah.
If your team isn't going to win whatever it is, the Premier League.
Yeah,
you still have to watch it to make sure they don't just get murdered.
Get relegated.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the culture around it's a lot of fun. It's an excuse to get drunk and shout things.
Yeah, there's a lot of people just shouting in the.
Yeah, I wish we had that in America, an excuse to get drunk.
Yeah,
we just do it because we're depraved alcoholics.
Yeah.
Persona 5's coming out.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is that the one
Eventually.
with like the Splatoon character in it? The redhead.
Wait.
The redhead.
Oh yeah, one of the characters does look like a Splatoon character.
Yeah. That's the only thing that interests me about that game. Everything else, I'm kind of.
The Splatoon character.
Convince me why.
It's
Persona
supposedly
5
going
is
to
a good
be
game.
the largest world in any Persona game.
Have you played any?
No.
Like SMT games.
He's played Devil Summoner Raidu Kuzunoha.
Shin Megami Tensei, Devil Summoner, Raidu Kuzunoha versus the Soulless Army.
Yes.
Yeah, I tried restarting that, but I didn't have the energy to continue through. I might give it another try.
Dude, I can give you the 6 strats for that game.
Yeah, I need you guys in TeamSpeak with me.
Well, I will, because Devil Summoner is completely different from literally any other SMT game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nothing like it at all.
But
because in that one you run around at the speed of sound, like in actual like physical combat. The other ones are more traditional RPGs.
I like that kind of combat.
Like traditional, or do you like running around with the speed of sound?
I like both.
I mean, yeah, I like Devil Summoner a lot. I played 1 and 2, and that shit is pretty legit.
The thing I like about SMT a lot is that still traditional like JRPG style combat. It's like
it's got a pretty nice combat system.
They don't try and make it overly complex. They've not pulled an FF13 where they try and do something new that nobody wanted when the old system worked fine.
Yep.
Yeah, so you'll be able to date other characters in the game.
Couldn't you do that before?
Yeah, but you can do it in this one as well.
You can choose you are waifu.
Yeah, you can get a part-time job. It's gonna be good.
You do that?
Just like Persona 4.
No, can you?
like
I guess you
real
can in
life.
Persona 4.
You
basically
take that job tutoring that kid, and going to the hospital.
Oh, and you get a part-time job translating.
Yes.
Oh, that seems like fun.
And making origami.
It's a wonderful game. You should check it out.
Yeah, I'm totally convinced now.
In Persona 5, you play as a teenage heist crew, and you just steal things from places.
It's
Do
pretty
you
sick.
really?
Yes.
It's gonna be cool. Yeah,
Pretty illegal, but
like everyone, they all wear masquerade masks. It's gonna be rad.
If you like RPGs that aren't entirely based on waifus, there's recently been a HD remake of one of the finest RPGs.
There's plenty of waifus in that.
Yeah, I guess.
Did they
We're done talking
re-record?
about P5 already?
I mean,
You fucking bitches!
What do you have to say about it, Bern? Tell me.
Honestly,
all about
I don't
your
really know,
favorite
but I
waifu.
felt like we went through that really fast.
It's not out
just-
yet. We can't talk.
I love Persona. And I love Shin Megami Tensei's. Oh, actually, hold on, no, I do have something else to say regarding SMT. Shin Megami Tensei 4 Apocalypse
Oh yeah.
is coming out this summer for the 3DS, which is another version of the original Shin Megami Tensei 4, which was a fantastic
You're
game.
really stressing the wrong words.
Listen, it's my personality.
You have a
In
great
fact, I'm
personality,
holding-
Vern.
Dude, I have the crazy ass shit. I'm cracking open my SMT4 like right now. Did you guys hear that?
Oh.
SMT4 is pretty hard.
Dude,
By
yeah,
the way.
but I mean, it's fucking great. I got
It's
the
a good
fucking
game.
soundtrack like right here too, and this little mini guide that gives you like the first. I don't know how long is this fucking game.
Hopefully the new SMT4 comes out in Europe on time. Because last time it was a year and a half after the US release.
Oh my god.
Before it got released in Europe.
yeah.
Okay, so I want to let you guys know that there's a demon in the
Whoa.
Shin
Wow.
Megami Tensei world.
Wait, hold, stop the
No, no,
presses.
his name is Kinky.
Okay.
What?
His name is Kinky.
Was that it? Is that all you wanted to
That's
say?
it, dude. Oh man, his name is Kinky.
Yeah.
I think my
continue.
favorite part of this podcast is how excited Bern gets over trivial things
Video games.
and video games. Yeah.
I love video games. Anyway,
You
yeah,
feel like a
SMT
child.
Apocalypse looks fucking sick. It's the English version of SMT Final, as it's called in Japan.
It's just
Nihon.
it's not Nihon.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Do you not know what Nihon?
Do you mean Nippon?
Nippon. Nihon.
No, it's
I don't know.
You mean Nihonga? You mean
Nihonga.
Japanese?
I just want to talk about Final Fantasy X.
Final Fantasy X
Talking
remake
about
came
Shin
out.
Megami Tensei,
It
Devil
was already
Summoner
out,
Rider
but it-
Kusunoha versus King Abaddon. That's
Okay.
the second
Final
game,
Fantasy-
by the way.
God. Final Fantasy X HD remake remastered was released for Steam. It's basically exactly like the PS3 version, only you have to pay more money for this one as well.
Yeah,
But I
so
bought
go
it
out
again.
and get it.
Does the
yeah.
does the PS3 HD remake have the super speed hack?
I don't
thing?
think it does. So
Well,
that's one
that's
thing.
a good reason. Yeah.
Yeah,
All the Final Fantasy remakes on PC have this thing where you can hold down a button and it just makes you go like super fucking fast. So
Turbo
all the
mode.
grinding and shit doesn't take so long and stuff like that, and running from place to place.
Yeah, this one
So they
actually
added that
also-
officially.
yeah.
Like that's part of the game. Like that's weird.
Alright,
It's,
so
it's
Beef,
like in a setting. Yeah.
Beef, I have the most important question, and I think everyone is dying to know the answer to.
All right, go.
In
go
this version of Final Fantasy X,
Yeah.
can you skip the cutscenes?
No, you cannot.
They
You
keep
can.
they keep
will never do
fucking up.
Yeah. May the next time they remaster it, they'll get that, but not this time.
But
You can-
the speed up will still
that'll
get you to
help.
the cutscenes, right?
I haven't tried it yet. I don't know where you unlock it or when you are able to use it.
You were able to use it right from the start. It's just in the settings menu. You just
I haven't been
press
able to
F1.
get to the setting.
You just
I don't
press
know.
F1. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, F1. I had no idea. I'll give it a shot when I stream some after this podcast.
Shoot some bullets.
Yeah, if you're listening to the podcast, you can check it out right after you finish it and come watch Beef stream it.
It might.
Useful information.
Honestly, Beef might be streaming like right now while you're listening to this podcast.
What?
Yeah,
I could have, but then I wouldn't be paying attention. I'd just be.
No,
No, I mean, well, the listener is listening.
Oh, yeah, I probably am, honestly. Or I might be at work. I don't know.
Mess.
Yeah, tune
anyways,
into
what I'm
twitch.tv/tryforme.
Tryformiss_. It'll be
right.
in the link
Video description.
Yeah, that. I wanted to say though, it also has you can adjust the encounter rate, so you can either make it no encounters, or you can make it like every 2 steps the screen shatters and you have to fight something. So I might play with the latter option on as I try to make.
Oh, we
run.
completely forgot about a topic, and we're almost done here.
Well,
but
the new
Pokemon.
starters,
Yeah.
Oh,
So just go ahead. We can just say which Pokemon starter are you starting with?
okay.
Start
the
from the
Fire
top.
Cat, because all
You're
of
not
them
on the
look
top,
fucking
Chantari.
stupid.
I don't know why you're.
All of them look
Wait.
retarded as fuck, except the little Fire Cat.
Rowlet looks great. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm gonna get the owl.
The owl, I like the owl, but I'm gonna stick to my guns. I'm gonna choose the water type. I know.
Oh, you idiot! You're gonna look like a clown.
Dude, what if
Picture
he was
aesthetic, I
badass,
guess.
the
Evolution.
badass third evolution in the world? What if?
He's not. He's
Yeah.
gonna turn into a big clown.
I hope
What do you
so.
think he's gonna... Ben, are you picturing he's gonna turn into like a fucking Gurren Lagann by the third evolution?
No, I think he's gonna turn into a fucking ICP member, but
Oh.
it'll be funny. Speaking of which, Beef, I have an image
What?
I want you to put up when we talk about this.
Oh, I'll try to
It's
remember.
I think I tweeted them like a long time ago, but it's some images that a guy drew.
Yeah, so just look through Burns' Twitter for images that guy drew.
Yeah,
Throw it up on the screen.
Yeah. God. All right. I'm looking forward to that Pokemon game.
Shout
Yeah,
outs to
we'll-
Pokemon.
We'll probably talk about it on the next
lot.
next
When there's
podcast.
more news to talk about.
Maybe not the
when
next
it
podcast.
when it comes out.
Yeah.
That might be when the next podcast comes out as well.
No, we're going to make this weekly. I promise.
We're
It's
trying
just
hard to make it weekly.
Really trying.
Speaking of, I don't know when the next podcast is going out.
Mhm.
So I'm going to be at MCM London in a week, 2 weeks. So if
give
you're
us
at,
dates.
so if you're May 25th
All right,
is what's the day?
it's in a
May
week and a
May
half.
27th. Sorry,
Oh.
that's when it starts. So if you're at MCM, come hang out with me.
Yep.
We probably have at least one person,
At least
if you
one,
round up.
If not two.
if not two. Yeah.
Hype.
So yeah, well, I'll sign your stuff for you.
You're not-
So just hit me up.
Why would you sign anything?
I'll be cosplaying Rin Hoshizora. Should be easy
Are you
to
gonna
find me.
sign your signature or Rinhoshi whatever?
No, I'm gonna sign your signature. What do you mean? I guess sign my own signature.
No,
of course I am.
like, fuck, whatever. Anyways, thanks for listening, guys.
See you next week.
Yeah.
See you next week, everybody.
Ah, kill yourself.